Hello everyone, I'm Harry, welcome to my channel, and today I thought I'd do something a little bit different. We're going to have a little Q&A type thing, and I'm going to announce something that I think you guys are really going to enjoy. So some of the great creative channels that are out there on YouTube also have a Patreon account. Now I always kind of thought it'd be cool to have a Patreon account, but I didn't really know what to do to make it worthwhile for everyone. I didn't really want to just set up where people can donate and not really get anything in return. So I've set up my own Patreon account. There will be a link in the description for that. And at the moment I'm only going to have one tier. And the best thing that I could think of giving you guys for that would be for every time I upload a cover video from this day onwards, on my Patreon page, I'm going to release another video where it's kind of like a mini lesson with tabs and then walking through some settings on pedals and the amp and the guitar that I use for that cover as well. So on the video, I'll play the main parts up to speed and I will display a tab on the screen like I do in my lesson videos. Now they're not going to be super in-depth like my lesson videos because I still want to carry on doing them on YouTube as well. But there will be a tab for every part and I'll play every part up to speed. And then after I've done that, we'll look at some of the pedals that I use, the settings, and the settings on the amp as well. Just a quick little disclaimer, by all means do not feel obliged to donate. It's just a $5 a month thing and I wanted to give something back for that as well. So if it's something that you think would be worth $5 a month, then please head into the description, click on my Patreon page, have a look about, and like I said, from this date onwards, there will be a video for every single cover I do. Alright, so now I'm going to go through some of your guys' questions. In future, if you want to be able to ask me a question in one of these Q&A videos, just have a look on the community section of my YouTube channel. I usually just put a little status or picture on there saying there's a Q&A coming up, so you can just drop your questions there. That's where all these questions have come from. Your favourite bands? I mean, this is always going to change a lot anyway. My favourite current bands that I'm listening to a lot at the moment is probably just Stevie Ray Vaughan. Been trying to do all those really crazy Texas style blues licks. It's super hard to play on guitar but super fun as well. Is the American Vintage Reissue 65 Jazzmaster the most versatile guitar you own, aka grab one from a house fire? These are kind of two different questions for me personally. My most versatile guitar would probably be the Telly. I mean, you get all the nice single coil stuff, but then the bridge pickup can really rock out and almost sound like a Les Paul in parts. The grab one guitar from a house fire would probably be my old 58 Reissue Les Paul. I've had this since 2010, 2011, and for many years it was my go-to guitar. It was the only guitar I really played. So this is the most sentimental to me in that regard. So if there was a house fire, it'd be very painful to not grab the other ones, but if I could only grab one, it would probably be this. How long have you been playing guitar? So I started when I was I think I was about 10, but I didn't really take it too seriously at first. And then when I was in about year 6, which is like 11, 12, I started taking it a bit more seriously. And I really played my most throughout high school and college and up till now. So in total, I've probably been playing about 12 years. Do you play any more instruments? I mean, not really. I can do little things on other things, but nothing that I would say that I can actually play that instrument, if you know what I mean. Do you have any other interests like TV shows or sports? Also, which album that literally nobody knows would you like to share with us? So the album that I would say is really worth a listen. I mean, I think a lot of people in the UK might know this album, especially if they're indie fans, but the first album by Drench, I'll just quickly pop it on screen now. It's really cool. It's just one guitar, drums, vocals, and it's kind of grungy, punky type indie music. Interest-wise, I mean, I'm probably going to sound really boring, but not really. I mean, I like watching movies and TV shows like anybody else, but I don't have any other strong interest. Music is kind of the be-all and end-all for me. What's your most important piece of advice for playing the guitar? Practice, 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 and constantly learn new things in different styles. Don't neglect theory or scales either, because in the long run, it really does just hold you back. How do you select the musics of how to play? So my lesson videos on YouTube. Could you do I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor at some point? Yep, definitely, and it's just whatever I'm feeling, really. I do plan to do them more often, so just keep a lookout, and as I've said before, I'm going to do a new one for every single song off the new Arctic Monkeys album as well. Do you like Mac DeMarco? If you do, have you considered doing covers in the future? Yes, I do like Mac DeMarco. I have done one before. I can't remember which it was now. I don't know, but have a look at my channel. There is a Mac DeMarco cover already on there. How long do you practice every day? Do you have a daily practice routine? And if so, what does it involve? I practice quite a lot. I mean, I pick it up just as much as anyone who really enjoys playing guitar would. I did play countless hours through high school and college, and I do play a lot now. I don't really have a practice routine. I just try and learn new stuff or improvise. I think that's a really good practice, new scales, all that stuff. What was your first guitar? So, as probably common for a lot of people, it was some really cheap, shitty, nylon classical style guitar. It was like £20 or something. And then after that, I got my first electric, which was kind of like a Strat copy. It was, what was the company? It was Cruiser by Crafter. And I think Crafter were like kind of how you have Fender and Squier. There was Crafter and Cruiser. And I also had like a tiny little Cruiser by Crafter practice amp as well. How do you work out all your covers, or do you use tabs? Also, more lessons would be greatly appreciated. So I work out all my covers by ear. If I struggle to work something out by ear, I'll try and find a live performance and try and see what they're doing. If I'm still struggling, I might try and find a cover to see what someone's doing, but 95% of the time it's all just by ear. And I really would recommend that to anyone. It's something that everyone can learn. You just have to build it up over time, but don't rely on tabs, because ear training really does make you a better musician as well, other than just letting you be able to learn whatever song you want as well. Jazzmaster or Strat? For me, it's always the Strat. Strat's classic, it's great, super versatile. The Jazzmaster's a dead unique sound, and especially for a lot of the indie music, it can really be well suited for that as well. Favourite Arctic Monkeys album is definitely Suck It in C. It probably goes Suck It in C, Humbug, AM, Tranquility, Favourite Worst Nightmare, and then the debut album. Where should a beginner start? Learn your basic chords, open position, and then just start learning some songs. And then when you get a bit better at strumming and switching chords and everything, try and learn some more riffs or lead lines, and just keep learning your favourite songs. I think that's the best way to get any beginner into guitar, is make them learn songs that they enjoy playing or listening to. Favourite track from Tranquility Base, Hotel and Casino? For me, it's probably the Ultra Cheese. I just really love the vocal performance on that and the stripped back piano kind of nature of that song as well. What's one piece of gear you regret selling, and what is one piece of gear you want to get in the future? I don't think I've sold anything that I really regret selling, to be honest with you. No. One piece of gear that I would like in the future is a Strat, but with the rosewood boards, like early 60s, so slab boards, rosewood board Strat in Fiesta Red or something like that would be lovely. Les Paul or Strat, and why? You definitely need both. For me, if you could only have two guitars, you need a Strat and a Les Paul, because then you've got single coils, all the different positions of the Strat, which is super versatile, and then you've got humbuckers as well. Do you play in a band? Yes, I'm currently in an originals band. We're looking at gigging very soon again. We were on a little break, but there's going to be some music on my channel as soon as we start recording as well, so keep a lookout for that. Hi Harry, love your videos, man. Just wanted to ask, would you ever do more Oasis videos? I would like to see, do you know what I mean, or go let it out. If you can, that would be great. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Oasis are one of my favourite bands, so there's definitely going to be more covers of them coming out, so keep a lookout. What are your thoughts on the new AM album? When I first heard it, I really liked it, but at the same time I could see why a lot of people maybe wouldn't like it that much, because it's a bit of a weird album to listen to, especially if you're not a musician, then it might be even harder to listen to. And as time's gone on, I've liked it a bit less. I mean, it's a decent album, but for me, there's only a couple of standout tracks on that, and usually there's a lot more on a Monkeys album, which is kind of disappointing, but at the same time, it's a cool album. It's an evolution for them, so it's not boring. So, I don't know, it's an okay album. Which Arctic Monkeys song do you think is super underrated and deserves more attention? Too much to ask, probably. I really like the guitar playing in that, and the vocals are really good as well. What's your current biggest goals to achieve, music related or otherwise? I just want to keep doing YouTube and music stuff. I want to do more demos, more lessons for you guys, build up my sub base, all that usual stuff that you can kind of expect being a guitar player on YouTube. If you were focused to listen to one band for the rest of your life, who would it be? The Beatles, just because they're great and there's so much variety from each album to each album as well. I think that would be probably the best bet. What is the most important thing to learn when learning to play the guitar? Ear training, definitely, and scales. What do you think about Gretsch guitars? I'd love to have a Gretsch in the arsenal. Maybe something like the Country Gentleman, or a Penguin, or a Durojet, or a White Falcon, or pretty much anything they do. Maybe something with Filtertrons would be cool. Can you do a sound like Tranquility Base, Hotel and Casino, as you did last time with AM? Also, can you show us your pedal boards? New version for 2018. Yeah, definitely going to do a how to sound like on that, and I will do a revisited pedal board video, as I've kind of added and taken away a lot of new things. How do you switch between chords so fast? Practice. Just practice. It's all muscle memory, and that's it really. So that's it for today's video. I thought it'd be really cool just to have a little chat about the Patreon thing and then do a Q&A as well. So once again, if you want to check out my Patreon, the link will be in the description. It'd be really cool if you could. Other than that, go onto my channel, check out some of my playlists. I have plenty more lessons, covers, gear demos, how to sound like videos, and anything guitar related. As always, I've been Harry, and thanks for watching.